new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
English with Us podcast.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing amazing today. Welcome and welcome back to English with Us podcast. My name is David.
Hello, David, and hello, everyone. I am very excited about today's topic because geography helps us understand the world around us. I have always enjoyed looking at maps and learning where different countries, mountains, rivers, and oceans are. When I travel, I also like learning about the land and weather of a place. It makes every trip more interesting.
That is perfect, Emma. Because today, we will learn simple English for talking about geography. We will talk about countries, continents, oceans, mountains, rivers, islands, directions, maps, climate, and useful phrases people can use when describing places around the world.
David, before we start today's episode, we have a quick announcement, right?
Yes, Emma. We're now posting the full transcript and study pack for each podcast episode on Patreon. Each study pack can help you review the lesson, practice useful English, and keep learning after the episode.
That sounds really helpful.
Yes, you can join us on Patreon for only $3.99 a month. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for learning with us and supporting the podcast.
We hope to see you there. Now, let's start today's episode. David, quick question. What is geography?
Geography is the study of places, land, water, weather, and where people live. It helps us understand what different parts of Earth are like.
So, geography is not only about memorizing countries on a map.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, geography helps us learn about the world.
That already sounds very useful.
Yes. Another useful sentence is, I enjoy learning about different countries and places.
Quick check, David. Geography helps us understand places and the Earth, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a map?
A map is a picture that shows where places are. It can show countries, cities, roads, rivers, mountains, and many other things.
I use maps almost every time I travel somewhere new.
Me too. A useful sentence is, let's look at the map before we leave.
That sounds very natural.
Yes. Another one is, I found the city on the map.
That is simple and practical.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, this map shows the whole country. Whole means all of something.
Quick check, David. A map shows where places are, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a country?
A country is an area of land with its own government and borders. A border is the line between two countries or areas.
So Canada and the United States are two different countries, and they share a border.
Yes, exactly. A useful sentence is, Canada is north of the United States.
That is a good geography sentence.
Yes. Another one is, France shares a border with Spain.
That sounds useful.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, which countries are next to each other?
Quick check, David. A border is the line between two countries or areas, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a continent?
A continent is a very large area of land. There are 7 continents: Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Europe, North America, South America, and Australia.
That is an important geography fact.
Yes, a useful sentence is, Asia is the largest continent.
That sounds very clear.
Yes, another one is, Brazil is in South America.
That is a useful pattern for learners.
Exactly. Another useful phrase is, which continent is this country in?
Quick check, David. A continent is a very large area of land, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is an ocean?
An ocean is a huge area of salt water. Most of Earth's surface is covered by water.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Surface means the outside part of something.
The oceans look enormous on a world map.
They do. A useful sentence is, the Pacific Ocean is very large.
That is easy to remember.
Yes. Another one is, the Atlantic Ocean is between North America and Europe.
That is a great geography sentence.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, this country is next to the ocean.
Quick check, David. An ocean is a huge area of salt water, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a mountain?
A mountain is a very high area of land. Mountains are much higher than the land around them. Some mountains have snow at the top.
I love seeing mountains when I travel.
I do too. A useful sentence is, there are high mountains in this region. Region means a particular area of a country or the world.
That is a useful word.
Yes, another one is, the mountain is covered with snow.
That sounds very natural.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, this town is surrounded by mountains. Surrounded means having something all around it.
Quick check, David. A region is a particular area of a country or the world, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a valley?
A valley is a low area of land between hills or mountains. Some valleys have rivers running through them.
So a valley is lower than the land around it.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, the village is in a green valley.
That sounds beautiful.
Yes. Another one is, a river runs through the valley.
That is a very useful sentence.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, the valley is between two mountains.
Quick check, David. A valley is a low area between hills or mountains, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a river?
A river is a long, natural flow of water. It moves across land and usually flows into a lake, sea, or ocean. Flow means move continuously in one direction.
Rivers are very important for cities and farms.
Yes, a useful sentence is, a large river flows through the city.
That sounds very natural.
Yes. Another one is, the town is located near a river. Located means found or placed somewhere.
That is a very important geography word.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, the river flows toward the ocean.
Quick check, David. Flow means move continuously in one direction, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a lake?
A lake is a large area of water surrounded by land. Some lakes are very small, and others are huge.
So a lake has land around it.
Yes. A useful sentence is, there is a beautiful lake near the town.
That sounds simple and useful.
Yes. Another one is, we stayed in a cabin beside the lake. Beside means next to.
That is a good travel sentence.
Yes, another useful phrase is, the lake is surrounded by trees.
Quick check, David. Beside means next to, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is an island?
An island is an area of land with water all around it. Some islands are small and some are very large.
I always think of beaches when I hear the word island.
Many people do. A useful sentence is, they live on a small island.
That is very clear.
Yes. Another one is, we took a boat to the island.
That sounds like a fun trip.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, the island is about 20 miles from the coast. Coast means the land next to the sea or ocean.
Quick check, David. An island has water all around it, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a coast?
A coast is the land along the edge of a sea or ocean. Coastal means connected to the coast.
So San Francisco is a coastal city.
Yes. A useful sentence is, many people live near the coast.
That sounds very natural.
Yes. Another one is, the coastal area is often windy.
That is useful for describing weather, too.
Exactly. Another useful phrase is, we drove along the coast for 2 hours.
Quick check, David. Coastal means connected to the coast, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what words help us explain where places are?
We often use north, south, east, and west. These are directions. A direction tells us where something is or where we should go.
Can you give us some simple examples?
Of course. Canada is north of the United States. California is in the western part of the United States.
That is very helpful.
Another useful sentence is, the beach is east of the city.
And another phrase?
The mountains are to the north.
Quick check, David. North, south, east, and west are directions, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what does northeast mean?
Northeast means the direction between north and east. We also have northwest, southeast, and southwest.
Those words can help us be more exact.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, the town is in the northeast part of the country.
That sounds natural.
Yes. Another one is, we traveled southwest for several hours.
That is a useful travel sentence.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, the airport is northwest of downtown.
Quick check, David. Northeast is between north and east, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what does capital city mean?
A capital city is the city where the main government of a country or region is located. Located means found in a particular place.
So, a capital city is important for government.
Yes. A useful sentence is, what is the capital of this country?
That is a common geography question.
Yes. Another one is, the capital is located in the northern part of the country.
That sounds very natural.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, the largest city is not always the capital.
Quick check, David. A capital city is where the main government is located, right?
Yes, exactly.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
That is correct.
David, what is population?
Population means the number of people who live in a place. A city can have a small population or a very large population.
That is a very common geography word.
Yes. A useful sentence is, this city has a large population.
That sounds simple.
Yes, another one is, the population has grown over time. Grown means become larger.
That is useful too.
Yes, another useful phrase is, most people live near the coast. Most means more than half.
Quick check, David. Population means the number of people living in a place, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what does climate mean?
Climate means the usual weather in a place over a long period of time. Some places have a hot climate, others have a cold or dry climate.
So climate is different from today's weather.
Exactly. Weather can change every day, but climate describes what is normal over many years. A useful sentence is, this region has a warm climate.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, another one is, the climate is dry for most of the year.
That is useful for describing deserts.
Yes, another useful phrase is, the climate changes from north to south.
Quick check, David. Climate describes the usual weather over a long time, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a desert?
A desert is a very dry area that gets little rain. Some deserts are hot, but others can be cold.
That may surprise some learners.
Yes, a useful sentence is, very little rain falls in this desert.
That sounds clear.
Yes, another one is, the days can be hot and the nights can be cold.
That is interesting.
Yes, another useful phrase is, few plants grow in very dry areas. Few means not many.
Quick check, David. A desert is a very dry area with little rain, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a forest?
A forest is a large area covered with many trees. Forests can be warm, cold, wet, or dry depending on the location.
I love walking in forests because they feel peaceful.
I do too. A useful sentence is, much of this area is covered by forest.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, another one is, many animals live in the forest.
That is simple and clear.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, the forest is close to the mountains.
Quick check, David. A forest is a large area with many trees, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, how can geography help travelers?
Geography helps travelers understand distance, weather, land, transportation, and directions. Distance means how far one place is from another.
That is useful when planning a trip.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, how far is the city from the coast?
That is a great travel question.
Yes. Another one is, the mountains make the drive longer.
That makes sense.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, check the map before choosing your route. Route means the path you take from one place to another.
Quick check, David. Distance means how far one place is from another, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, can we do a simple practice conversation about geography?
Yes, let's do one.
Okay.
Where is the town located?
It is in the northern part of the country.
Is it near the coast?
No, it is inland and surrounded by mountains. Inland means away from the coast.
Is there a river nearby?
Yes, a large river flows through the valley.
That is a very natural geography conversation.
Yes, it sounds clear and useful.
Let's do one more about travel.
Okay.
What is the area like?
It has mountains, forests, and several lakes.
What is the climate like?
Summers are warm, but winters are cold and snowy.
Would you like to visit?
Yes, I would love to see the mountains and go hiking.
Excellent. Very simple and very useful.
David, what are the most important things to remember from today?
First, geography helps us understand places and the earth. Second, learn common land and water words like mountain, valley, river, lake, island, and coast. Third, use directions to explain where places are. Fourth, use words like climate, population, and distance to describe places more clearly.
That is such a clear plan.
Yes, English for this topic does not need to be difficult. You only need some useful geography words, simple questions, and clear descriptions.
That is really helpful.
Yes, simple English is enough to talk about geography in a clear and natural way.
David, let's do a quick review quiz before the big summary.
Good idea. What is a continent?
A continent is a very large area of land.
Yes. What is an island?
An island is an area of land with water all around it.
Correct. What does population mean?
Population means the number of people who live in a place.
Perfect. What does climate mean?
Climate means the usual weather in a place over a long period of time.
Excellent. That was a very, very long and detailed conversation about talking about geography. Now let's have a quick review of today's lesson.
Today, we talked about simple and useful English for geography. We learned that geography helps us understand places, land, water, weather, and where people live.
We also learned common words like country, continent, ocean, mountain, valley, river, lake, island, coast, desert, and forest. These words help us describe what different places look like.
We practiced directions too. We learned north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. These words help us explain where a place is located.
We also talked about useful geography ideas like population, climate, distance, capital cities, borders, and regions. We practiced phrases like Canada is north of the United States, the town is surrounded by mountains, and a river flows through the valley.
The big idea is this: geography can help us understand the world, and the English for geography can be simple. You only need some clear place words, direction words, and useful descriptions. That is enough to talk about countries, land, water, climate, and location in clear and natural English.
Your final homework for this lesson: comment 1 to 2 sentences about the geography of a place you know. Here are 2 simple example answers.
Example 1. My city is near the coast, and there are mountains to the north. Example 2. My country has many rivers and forests, and the weather is warm in the south but colder in the north.
Thank you everyone for watching and listening all the way to the end.
If you enjoy our podcast and would like to support us, you can find the donation link in the description.
Every bit of support helps us keep creating free English lessons.
Keep practicing, and we'll see you later in the next episode.
In the U.S., there's a break-in every 26 seconds. But when intruders step near, Simply Safe Home Security steps up.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
Using AI alerts, U.S.-based live agents help deter break-ins. Simply Safe, no long-term contracts. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/Spotify or with promo code Spotify.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.